Given that The Last of Us was one of the biggest breakthrough blockbusters of 2023, the news that Season 2 is on the way is not surprising. Joel and Ellie's relationship captivated us during the HBO series' first season in a devastating way. Even though we've already banned mushrooms from the weekly grocery store and are constantly plagued by nightmares about fungus people, we just have to know what will happen after that intense Episode 9 conclusion. Since The Last of Us is based on a video game, many people are aware of what might occur if the second season of the show sticks to the game's story. To avoid spoiling your experience when Season 2 inevitably airs, we will try our best to keep the most spoilery information to ourselves, especially for a program that has a tendency to murder off people just as we start to care about them. In light of that, this is all the information you require on The Last of Us's second season and the release schedule for new episodes. Will The Last of Us have a second season? Short answer, yes. As previously mentioned, HBO confirmed the demise of its latest blockbuster quite quickly. Actually, news of The Last of Us's renewal came after just 2 episodes had been broadcast. Executive producer Neil Druckmann expressed his gratitude for the news at the time, saying, "I'm humbled, honored, and frankly overwhelmed that so many people have tuned in and connected with our retelling of Joel and Ellie's journey. The collaboration with Craig Mazin, our incredible cast and crew, and HBO exceeded my already high expectations. Although not unexpected, this Season 2 upgrade was appreciated." HBO's The Last of Us was a huge hit right from the start, with its Season 1 premiere ranking among the network's biggest debuts ever. How many seasons of The Last of Us will there be? The Last of Us has only been formally confirmed to have 2 seasons as of right now. That being said, a Season 3 proposal was considered, according to Francesca Orsi, HBO's drama chief, who spoke with Deadline in May 2023. But at this point, she continued, "We're taking it 1 season at a time." Referring to the show's creators, Orsi stated, "I know that they both have a vision for Season 3, but there's no guarantee that we'll have a Season 3 at this point." Co-creator Craig Mazin kept things vague when asked about the likely amount of seasons in total, telling The Hollywood Reporter in August 2023, "You never know." Mazin continued, "It might end up being 3 or 5. But 4 seems like a good number." He did, however, reveal that the tale from Part 2, which would have informed the second season of the small screen adaptation, does not fit into 1 season, indicating that a third run of the show is most likely possible. Mazin also disclosed to Deadline that the show's future is not set in stone, but rather solely contingent upon viewership and ratings. There's more story, so this show will not end with Season 2 unless people don't watch it, and will get cancelled. He stated, "What appears to be certain is that the show will end when it should, instead than continuing unnecessarily." Mazin also spoke about the number of episodes, saying, "We won't give in to their yearning for more just to make people happy when they find out how many are announced. And it's okay if people want more episodes and don't like how many there are in a season. But after everything is said and done, I believe it will be evident how wise our arrangement was. I'm not sure if any season will have the same number of episodes in reality. Nevertheless, the figure is meaningless. What matters is that they say, that was a good season, when the season comes to a close. The Last of Us Season 2 potential release date, when will it air? Unfortunately, it doesn't appear that anything fresh will be released for a while. The show's creators, Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann, acknowledged that they have a complete script for Season 2 in an August 2023 interview for Entertainment Weekly's Awardist podcast. Mazin also revealed that the screenplay had been turned in and the first episode had already been written at that point. Yes, it's exciting so far, but then the strike started. It is becoming increasingly likely that we will not be able to begin when we had hoped to, which is upsetting. Mazin stated at the time, "We're all eager to get going. We were meant to do this." Even however, starring actress Bella Ramsey had previously said that a second season would probably take a few years to finish, even without the apparent delay caused by the strike action, which has now concluded. "I think we'll probably shoot at the end of this year, beginning of next," they said. So it'll probably be the end of 2024, early 2025. Indeed, HBO President Casey Bloys provided the most latest information about the upcoming second season of The Last of Us. On November 2, 2023, Bloys revealed that filming is scheduled to begin in February 2024. While we remain optimistic about an early 2025 release, it is entirely possible that it will occur later in the year. The Last of Us Season 2 cast, who's in it? Pedro Pascal revealed that the sling on his arm was the result of a fall when he appeared at the Golden Globes on January 8, 2024. However, Deadline has learned that the injury is not anticipated to cause a production delay for Season 2. Joel and Ellie, as the main protagonists that the game revolves around, will undoubtedly return for The Last of Us second season. However, things get a little more complicated when it comes to the remaining members of the Season 2 cast because a lot depends on how much of the original material is used and what Season 2 will cover. Regarding the first season of The Last of Us, Mazin stated with certainty that the first season is the events of the first game. Additionally, we're covering the events of the Left Behind DLC, which you can see from viewing the marketing materials if you've played the game. As expected, the tragic love story between Ellie and Riley was depicted in Episode 7 of the first season of the show. At the first season, Ellie's quest to locate medical supplies for a wounded Joel intercut with their moments at the deserted mall. Both incidents happened in the downloadable expansion pack for the first game, The Last of Us: Left Behind. Given that Season 1 currently includes both the first game and the add-on, Season 2 would begin with some of the events of the second game, The Last of Us Part 2. Tommy, Joel's brother, was portrayed by Gabriel Luna in the first season and will probably return in some capacity in the second. We already know that Abby Anderson will be introduced to us in Season 2 when it comes to new character introductions. When it came to adding new actors to the cast, Craig Mazin had previously hinted that Abby was the first role that we wanted to tackle. We've got a pretty good track record of making major cast announcements and people going, really, which will probably continue, he further hinted. After a great deal of speculation about who could play that important part, Kaitlyn Dever has now been confirmed. Following this, there was more information about the cast of The Last of Us Season 2. Young Mazzino, the star of Netflix series Beef, was confirmed to play Jesse. Young is one of those exceptional actors who you can't help but notice the moment you see him. Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann, the co-creators of the series, said in reaction to the news, "We're so lucky to have him, and we can't wait for the audience to see Young shine in our show." Dina, Ellie's girlfriend, is anticipated to make an appearance during the second season of the show, following the revelation that their character on The Last of Us was involved in the first lesbian kiss in a video game. Bella Ramsey stated somewhat recently that she was really excited to bring this lesbian romance to our screens in Season 2. Bella told Pink News, "I can't wait to do that and to explore that story. I remember thinking, that's really cool," after she saw the news. "It will be a great time." Regarding the potential return of other characters from the first 9 episodes of The Last of Us, the most of them were killed off. Among the most influential were Bill and Frank, whose committed episode was praised by both reviewers and audiences. The actor who played Bill, Nick Offerman, recently stated that he certainly has been pitched about returning to the role. He stated, "I believe we pitched a whole miniseries of a prequel of their lives before they met. It could be a musical. We have plenty of ideas." Of course, the first season ended tragically for Bill and Frank. The majority of the people we encountered during Joel and Ellie's journey, such as Tess, Riley, Sam, Henry, and Kathleen, can also be said to share this trait. And especially when it comes to flashbacks, it seems like the door has been left open for those faces to maybe reappear in The Last of Us Season 2. There's always a chance for everything, Mazin revealed to Deadline. With us, you never know, and it goes without saying that we don't follow schedules. Sometimes deceased people come back to life, and other times we meet people we never knew existed before learning that they are significant figures. How old was Ellie in The Last of Us 2? Will Bella Ramsey return? The 2 games had a 5-year time leap, and it appears that the showrunners intend to stick with this chronology. Showrunner and game developer Neil Druckmann wanted to put this thing to rest and commit to their decision-making in response to a small portion of the audience that had concerns over Bella Ramsey's original casting as Ellie, particularly with regard to the character's age in the second season. One of the things about the casting process that's tough is that we invite people to join us on this process, and we know everything and nobody else knows anything except what they know, which is the game, Mazin had previously revealed to Entertainment Weekly. We know what we're gonna do in terms of costume and makeup and hair, but more importantly, we also know the spirit and soul of the actor. Mazin also brought up the fact that Bella Ramsey is nearer Ellie's age in the second video game. "When we made the game, I felt we were incredibly lucky," Druckmann continued, referring to the actress who portrayed Ellie in the video games. "We found Ashley Johnson, and it was like a bolt from a bottle. I can't imagine that Ellie being anyone else. And then, in some way, Bella gave us another lightning in a bottle." Further, he stated that the only way we would ever consider recasting Bella would be in the event that Bella made the decision to leave the program. Furthermore, they might force Bella to come back to Season 2 even then, according to Druckmann. The Last of Us Season 2 plot, what will happen? The Last of Us Season 2 will diverge significantly from the Part 2 game in several aspects, according to Mazin, in terms of plot and direction. He also stated, "It will be different, just as this season was different." During the virtual press conference that took place before to the premiere of Season 1, there will be moments when it changes drastically and moments when it doesn't change at all. However, it will be unique and distinct from other things. It won't resemble the game precisely. It will be the program Neil and I have always wanted to create. The Last of Us Season 2 trailer, when can I watch it? There won't be any fresh footage for a trailer for The Last of Us until the second season of the show begins production. As soon as we receive information, we'll keep you informed about The Last of Us Season 2, including cast announcements, first looks, and teaser videos on the Novaflix YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.